So we start with our question answer session. If there is any question, you can ask, please.
Sheikh, you mentioned in the beginning the Protestants have the another what section of the Protestants, they promote a wealth such that they can help the people in need. So we in Islam, that is also allowed, of course, I think. But the sole purpose of gathering wealth is so that it is spent in the way of Allah. Therefore, it is not wrong for people to work until they are very, very old, like 70s, because if their intention is to spend it in the way of Allah. Because people like to say, oh, he's so old already, why is he still working? Isn't his wealth sufficient enough for him? So that is the impression of the public. But if his intention is to help others, it's not wrong.
Actually, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Actually, there are many, we can say, taboos or many wrong things in our society. For example, specifically the post-retirement period of a person. If a person still works and his intention is to now, before he worked for himself or for the family, now he works for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's highly appreciable. Rather, I always appreciate such initiatives. Instead of just staying idle at home, doing nothing, it is better to get engaged in the work, and that a person earns some of the money and he can use upon himself and upon others as well. That's one of the best way to utilize the time, not the other way around. Yes, usually people think that okay, it's a greed of wealth, is a love of the wealth. You see, at this particular age, a person is working, so we should not just we should not pay any attention towards what people say. We should remain focused upon our intention, upon our work, that I'm doing this for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's a wrong thinking that if a person reaches to retirement, then he should not do anything, rather still sit idle at home. That's not the we can say the teaching of Islam. Rather, our teaching is that until the last rattle of the breath, we need to work for ourselves, work for others. That's the best approach.
Yeah, but our society is such that we think when people work when they are old, it's because they love the wealth, they love the money. But of course, we cannot assume, right? We cannot assume.
We cannot assume, because Allah knows the best that for what purpose that person is earning the wealth. Because ultimately it is between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we should not assume that is a love of the dunya and other things. Rather, we should make our good intention should be that he or she is doing this for the sake of Allah, maybe helping many families together, many people helping out because of his earning. So once our intention is good, our target is focused, we should not listen to what people say. That's my suggestion.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any question?
Sheikh, I sent you a question on WhatsApp.
Now?
Before.
Okay, yes. The question is on the note that beginning is forbidden in Islam. I see many visibly disabled people selling tissues or singing in a bazaar. Is this still a type of begging or a way to maintain self-respect? Yes, as far as these, I have also come across with the people, they seem to be disabled and they are selling the tissues and other things, or they are singing. Though the singing in the first instance is not allowed, but now they don't know, they don't have this knowledge. So at least these people are trying their best to maintain their self-respect. Instead of, you imagine a person is just simply extending his hand before others, and this one is selling something. And under the garb of selling, many people are also supporting them. They don't take anything from them, rather they give them, and they also take it. So it means it becomes a hadiyah, not the begging, because they offer certain objects, certain products to sell out. So on their part, we cannot say they are begging. If they are really beggars, then why they are having these tissues in their hand? Once I just tested, not the people, it's Allah who tests us. I want to see. Then I asked it for the tissue. I took the tissue and I gave the money, and the person didn't say anything. So it means that their intention is not specifically for the begging. Their intention is to, first of all, observe the self-respect, and then second, to avoid the warning of begging is the best way to have products with you, to sell it out. And if people give out of their own choice, there's no harm in it, because that becomes hadiyah, not the begging. So it is allowed for them as long as they have the products with them.
Okay, thank you.
Even if they are disabled and they don't sell anything, they are just begging, still they deserve our help, because in that case they are not able to earn for themselves. Say for example, a person is not having the hand, a person is not having the leg, so or a person is blind. So there are many ways, many disabilities are there. So even if they don't sell anything, but this is one of the good things to maintain their self dignity and self esteem, that still they have something to sell out. So we should encourage such people. And even many times you see a person, very old person, and selling out the fruits, and they are rotten fruits. It's better to go and buy the fruits from them. Though we know that we cannot eat that fruit because that is totally rotten. So we need to go to them, buy the fruit, give a good amount. For example, if it 10 ringgits, for example, a packet, we give 12, 15 ringgits a packet. Because that's the best way to help, and the person's self-esteem and dignity is also maintained. Any other question?
Share sometimes people don't sell products, but they sing or play musical instruments to collect money. Is that okay?
On their part, that's not okay. On our part, we should not give just they are playing the music, they are playing the musical instrument. We should not give on that behalf. We should give that the person is deserve, he is disabled. So in that way, we should support them, but not in a way that they are singing, because singing is not allowed, as we have discussed this before. It's not allowed in Islam. So our support should be to them, because just because of this thing, they should not be deprived of our support. So we need to support them, but at the same time, our intention should be clear, that it's not on behalf of the singing, it is on behalf of his own position that he deserves our help and support. We need to support them.
Another one, Sheikh. Sometimes I see people give donations and then ask the person to make dua for him or her. Is that right?
Yes, there's no harm in it. If we ask for anyone after we give something, because dua is something which we all need it all the time, and it is not that we are asking against the money we gave to him. It is just is a natural feeling, because it's not only the people we support we ask for dua. Whoever we meet, we always say, please make dua for us, make dua for us. We meet a religious person or even any person we meet, most of the time we say, please make dua. So this is we can say we need this badly. So if we ask from these people, and this is also a good thing, because once they are being supported by us, their dua will be from the core of their heart. from the bottom of their heart. And inshallah, this way, we will get the blessings of their dua. So there's no harm in it if we ask for the dua.
Okay, thank you, Sheikh.
Welcome.
Sheikh,
Yes, please.
if I see somebody that's not physically disabled, maybe they're homeless,
Hmm.
maybe they have mental problems and they cannot work.
Hmm.
I've gone to give food to these people before. Food is okay, but maybe not giving them money.
Yes. Sometimes we see the people, they physically, apparently physically, they seem to be sound, but many a times once upon, I remember there was a beggar, he was begging. He seemed to be quite healthy. Even I asked him that, why couldn't you work? Allah has given you the health, you are having the energy and strength. Then he just removed his shirt, it was full of stitches. He said his kidney was removed, then he had the heart problem. Many things, apparently he seemed to be quite good, but there were internal problems with him. So we need to also consider this thing. Sometimes it's also possible that a person is passing through a state of depression, is not having anything to do, and he's paralyzed to do anything. He also deserves our support. Or a person is homeless, because the poverty is such a thing which sometimes makes a person just deprived of his thinking capability. Though we can see a person is quite healthy, but he's altogether, you can say that he is disabled in true sense. Though not physically disabled, but mentally he is now disabled. Psychologically, he is disabled to do anything. So we need to just try our top level best to take them out of this distrusted level, distrusted state, however we can. So we need to give our support to them. So if we provide the food to these people or any way we can help them, there's no harm in it.
Yesterday, I invited a friend of mine to come solat at the masjid,
Mhm.
but it seemed his intention was for the iftar,
Okay.
the food over prayer. And I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing by asking him to come, because he said he will come back because the food was good.
Mm.
So I'm not sure if I did the right thing or not by inviting
No,
him.
no, if you invite the people to the masjid, that's one of the good deeds. At least a person is performing the salah. On the part of the person, if he's coming for the sake of the food, maybe he's so much hungry, he did not get the food for many days, and there's the opportunity for him to get the food. So, and there's no harm on his part, at least he's getting the food, he's having his stomach satiated. So that person, yes, if he has the intention to get the food and is not having any sources to get the food, there's no harm with that person to go to the masjid with the intention of the food. So it means there can be two intentions with him, one intention for the salah, one intention for the food. And there's no harm, because by the end of the day, it is wajib upon us to feed ourselves. So if that person comes to the masjid for the sake of food, then we cannot say that it's wrong on his part. It's not wrong, because he is supposed to survive, and he's supposed to provide this sustenance to himself.
Okay, thank you.